स्वधाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you in our next session on Sanskrit grammar, and we are seeing now topic number 2 from Enjoyable Sanskrit Grammar Volume 1. So now we are beginning the topic of grammar, Vyakarana. We last few sessions, last 2 days we have seen Shiksha, in which we discuss some aspects of pronunciation, what are varnas, what is short vowel, long vowel, protracted, different durations for which they are pronounced, the rules of pronunciation. So all that was under Shiksha. Now we will see the aspects of Vyakarana, which is the major part of the course. So coming to the Samskrita Bhasha, Samskrita language, this language is very unique in its syntax, in its usage. So we will see some of the uniqueness, the structure, in what way Sanskrit language works. So first and foremost is that in Samskrita language we see that the prepositions are tucked in the nouns. I'll give the example so that you understand. Suppose you want to say a boy, a statement, we want to make a statement in English where we say a boy eats a fruit. A boy eats a fruit, if you say this. Yeah? Yeah, we are coming to that. Yeah. A boy eats a fruit. So, balakaha phalam khadati in Sanskritam. So, when you say a boy eats a fruit, so the order, now in this particular statement, eats is the verb, quite clear. A boy eats a fruit. So, eats is the verb. And what is the subject? Yeah, you want to tell? A boy is the subject. What's the object? Fruit, yeah. So the order of the words becomes very important, right? Who eats what? If you change the position of a boy and a fruit, you put fruit instead of boy, and in boy's place you put fruit, what would the statement become? A fruit eats a boy, meaning disaster, right? So looks like fruit is some Rakshasa or something, and he eats a boy. But if it is Samskrita, what happens? Balakaha phalam khadati. You put a danda especially in the end. Danda is a vertical line showing the completion of statement. Balakaha phalam khadati. Balakaha means a boy. A boy. That is balakaha. Phalam is a fruit. Khadati is eats. Should I turn? Okay. Oh, this is getting the light. 1 second. This is okay? Yeah. Yeah, I can sit like this. Balakaha phalam khadati. Now, here we saw English statement, a boy eats a fruit. If you change the position, a fruit eats a boy. Oh, problem. But when it's Sanskritam, balakaha phalam khadati, a boy eats a fruit. In Sanskrit, usually you place the verb in the end. It is subject, object, verb. That is how Sanskrit you write. Subject, object, verb. If it is a prose, if it's a sentence, in poetry you can put in any manner. But in a prose you put in this subject, object, verb, like that. So what if I say phalam balakaha khadati? What would be the meaning? It's same? Why? I am placing it here and this is going here. So will not the subject object change?
No, because it's marked case ending. So with visarga,
Yeah.
Nominative case, and for
Accusative case. Dvitiya.
it's a bit similar.
Okay, good. Yeah. So you know this. So you know this. That's why you, yes, spoke it precise. You want to say something more? Yeah. You disagree? You feel if we change phalam balaka khadati, that means a fruit eats a boy. Like that. Well, see, Sanskrit is like this. You do anything with this statement now, it will always mean a boy eats a fruit. Whatever you want to do now with this, balakaha phalam khadati, balakaha khadati phalam, phalam balakaha khadati, phalam khadati balakaha, whatever you do. Why? That's what I'm explaining now. Why like that? Why? Because here, who is going to be subject and who is going to be object is tucked in the word itself. The word itself is carrying that sense of who is the subject, who is the object. How is it carrying that sense? By adding to the root word something known as suffix. Prabhu was saying, right? So here balakaha has the root word as balaka. This is the root word. But when you see in the statement, do you see balaka or you see something more? You see also H dot, that visarga, balakaha. Isn't it? See, this is the root word. In this particular phrase, balakaha, the root word is balaka. That's all. That's the root word. But something got added more to this, and that is this visarga, H. So as soon as that H dot, that visarga got added, no, it determined that here balaka, the child, the boy, is the doer. See, the sense of who is the doer has been tucked in the word itself. So now whether you put it in the end or in between or whatever, it will always be balak, meaning a boy is only the doer here. Similarly, it is phalam. Phalam has the root word as phala. Phala is the root word here. So that phala has got something more. What is that? That is this. M dot. Phalam. So that as soon as this one is added, no, to the phala, it is carrying the sense that this is the object of the action. This is the subject. See, object is on which the action happens. That is called as object. Like, who is doing the object? You can ask a question to the action saying who, eats. Who eats? Who eats? The boy. So that is going to be your subject. If you ask, what eats or what does he eat? That is going to be your object. So balaka, meaning a boy, eats. What does the boy eat? What is the object of his eating? That is known as the object. In Sanskrit, it's called as karma. Karma. In Sanskrit, it is called as karma. And the subject is called as karta. Remember these terms, they will come very often now. Karta, karma. So if you ask the question to the action, who, you will get karta. If you ask the question to the action, what, you will get the karma. And the verb is known as kriya. Kriya or kriya padam. Kriya padam or kriya also. It's like anything is fine. Kriya padam. So karta, karma, kriya, or karta, karma, kriya padam. So what has happened here, because you have defined who is going to be subject, object or whatever at the level of the word itself, so now you topple the order, you do anything with this, the meaning is going to be same. You understand, bro? Yeah. So this is what is called as here, these padas like balakaha or phalam, these are actually vibhakti padas. We are coming to this concept now. But this is a very important concept in Sanskrit, that the prepositions or the sense by which you understand what is subject, what is object, they are tucked in the word itself. Like I'll give another example. Should I wipe this off? Okay. Rama goes to the forest by a chariot. Rama goes to the forest by a chariot. So now this is an English statement, right? So what has happened here? You have these words like the forest. You have this word like chariot. So here, what is the place where Rama goes? Yeah? Yeah, Vanam, forest. So the place he goes is governed by these two. Rama goes to the forest. He is not going to the chariot. He is going to the forest. And how does he go? How does he reach that forest? By the chariot. By. So he is using that chariot as an instrument to go there to the forest. By. So in Samskrita, what happens when you want to, now this usage, when it becomes in Sanskrit, it turns, oh, okay, English, Ramaha. Anyone knows? Goes, for goes, what is the verb? Gacchati. Very nice. Ramaha. I will write the verb here. Gacchati. Acha. Where does Rama go? He goes to the forest. What's the word for the forest? Vanam. Very nice. Vanam. And how does he go? He goes by a chariot. How will you say in Sanskrit by a chariot?
By a chariot, I don't know, but chariot means ratha.
Ratha, very nice, yes. And then by a chariot is Rathena. Yeah, Rathena. These words you will learn as slowly you will read more and more. So Ramaha Rathena Vanam Gacchati. What about if you do Ramaha Vanam Rathena Gacchati? Any problem? No problem. Even if you change Ramaha Vanam Rathena Gacchati. Oh, okay, what if Vanam, see, you place it here. Vanam Rathena Ramaha Gacchati. Any problem? No problem. It still means the same thing. What has happened is this by was there, right? By a chariot. This by is tucked in this ratha itself. You have fused with ratha. That ratha is becoming rathena. And that means by a chariot. That's it. So now whether you place this word anywhere in the statement doesn't matter. Yeah.
Separate rathena into chariot and by.
Yeah, we can. Yes. So this rathena, how this is separated, So the root word in rathena should be what? Ratha. Very nice. This ratha. And then it takes a suffix. It takes a suffix called as ta. You will learn this. I am coming to that now. Ta. So if when ratha plus ta, it becomes rathena. Now you will say how that ta is becoming ena. So there is a process for that. We will see this. All these pratyayas, they are there. They connect to the word, and then that's how you tuck in that preposition. So certainly rathena is going to be always by the chariot or by a chariot. Vanam is always going to be to the forest. It's always going to be like that. Because what you did, you tucked in that tu in vana and made it into vanam. Just like on top also, phalam was there. Similarly, here also object, vanam. Where does Rama go? Or you can say, who goes? As soon as you ask that question, who goes, you get the answer. Subject, which is Ramaha. Where does he go or what does he go to? So then, vanam. Vanam is your object. And what is the instrument in going there? The ratha is the instrument. So that becomes the instrumental case. This is, case I am not even reaching there. I am just giving you concept. This is known as object, accusative case. This is known as subject, nominative case. This is known as instrument, instrumental case. Prabhupada uses these words, you must have seen in his purports. This word is an instrumental case, like that he will say. Gacchati. So this is why Samskrita becomes extremely language which has a great flexibility. In your poetry, you can put words in any way in Samskrita. See, if I am going to write a poetry, I can put this whole statement in any fashion. I can see if it is rhyming and I can connect the rhyming words. So if I want to put gacchati in the beginning, it's okay. Rathena later, whatever I can do now, because I have the full option. Anytime, in any order you write the words, the meaning is not going to change. So suppose if I want to write a poetry and before this line, my poetry's line was ending with phalam. Phalam, it was ending with phalam. Now this is my next statement. In order to keep my rhyming intact, what word I will like it to end by? Vanam. You see? The phalam, vanam, like that. If my prior word was, pathena, how will I like to end? Rathena. I can do anything now, right? Just to maintain that rhyme, I can put words in any fashion, because my meaning is not going to change this way. So this is how Sanskrit has that great ability of flexibility of using. How you want to use, you can use in that fashion statements, because you have tucked in your prepositions directly in the word itself. It is defined at the level of word only, this way. So that's why you find, acharyas, when they write poetries, how they usually have words which are quite rhyming, right? Nava gauravaram, nava pushpasharam, nava bhavadharam, nava lasyaparam, nava hasyakaram, nava hemavaram. You are seeing this? Pranamami shachi sutta gauravaram. Like that. So he has put all that rhyming thing because he has this full provision. I can put my pranamami in the end or I can put in the beginning. Anything is fine. It just depends upon how I want to end my poetry in this fashion. Okay. So this is how Sanskrit is very nicely, tightly bound within the words, and that's why you don't have to worry about the order of the words or anything like that. But then along with this flexibility comes an important thing, that see, for you in English, if you wanted to say, Rama goes to the forest by a chariot, instead of that you want to say Rama goes to the forest by a car. By a car. So now for you, whether he goes by car, bus, aeroplane or whatever, if you know by, that preposition called by, that's it. You can use it, right? By a car, by a plane, by a chariot, by a horse, by an elephant, whatever. You just need to know that by. And then you can use whatever you wish to use. But what happens with Sanskrit, if you have to say, instead of this rathena, if you want to use some other word, like yana, yana means vehicle, or you want to use another word like, take another word like, yeah, just a minute. Vimana. Oh, no. Yana. This word is also there. Now what happens if you use some word like Just looking for a feminine word, Okay, you say aja, I'm saying aja. Aja means goat, a female goat. That's okay. I mean, we are not meaning here Lord Ramachandra, any person named as Rama. Okay, aja. So, what if this person named as Rama, he goes by Vimana instead of Rathena? So, then you will say Vimanena. If you say Yana, then you say Yanena. But when it's Aja, here comes the tricky thing of Sanskrit. Why? Because see, Vimana was ending with A. Aja was ending with A. Yana was ending with A. Ashva was ending with A. So all these words will take forms such as Ashvena, Gajena, Yanena, Rathena, Vimanena. But now this word is not ending with A, it is ending with A. So now the form changes. Instead of Rathena, you will not be able to say Ajena now. In English it was okay. Just once you know by, bas finished. Whatever it is. By goat, by elephant, by horse, by whatever, by. That's it. But here in Sanskrit, because you are tucking in the preposition, so depending on how your word ends, what is the ending vowel of that word? Depending on that, these forms change. And here it becomes Ajaya instead of Ajena. It becomes Ajaya. Meaning, whatever, that person is sitting on the goat and going. Ajaya. It didn't become Ajena. Why it didn't become Ajena? Because the ending vowel. So how is your word ending? Based on that, in Sanskrit, the form of the word changes. This is the thing. So that's why what becomes important for you to recognize is how does a word end? What ending varna it is having. Based on that, your forms will change. So this is where comes the importance of knowing all these forms. You have seen Sanskrit students memorizing those forms. Ramaha Ramo Rama, Ramam Ramo Raman, Ramen Ramabhyam Ramai, Ramay Ramabhyam Ramai, Ramat Ramabhyam Ramayoho, Ramasya Ramayoho Ramanam. They memorize these forms, all these various forms which talk about what form you should use when there is nominative case, meaning when you want to use it like a subject. What form you should use when you want to use like object. So those olden days you had to memorize. These days there are apps, on your computer, on your phone, you just put that word, zzz, all the forms will come. And then you see, oh, this is Ajaya, I understand what it is. You can see it, you don't have to memorize it like before. You can use all that. So this form, Ajaya, as soon as you see this, so what does this form mean? That you will have to learn it by seeing again and again, memorizing it. Ajaya, does it mean by goat or to goat or on goat or in goat? What does it mean exactly? So these forms, this become very, very important in Sanskrit to be memorized and all that. So we are going to see all this. I am just trying to give you a sense of structure of Sanskrit. Why is that Sanskrit needs some sort of memorization? It is because here, depending on what is your root word, the way preposition is tucked, that form gets changed. That is why it becomes important. So this is how Sanskrit, it has certainly that great benefit that the words are very tightly bound by the preposition, But along with that, then there is also the need of being very clear with the use of the preposition and what form it is taking, like this. So, you see now, structure of the Sanskrit language, you can see. Building blocks of Sanskrit language. A sentence or vakyam, sentence is vakya or vakyam in nominative case, is a unit of expression to communicate an idea. Like Ramaha vanam gacchati. What happened? Some problem with power? Suddenly this got off battery. It's on, Prabhu? I just saw that.
Yeah, this one is on.
Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fine, no problem. Okay, so Ramaha vanam gacchati, Ramaha vanam gacchati, Rama goes to the forest is a sentence. Now in a Sanskrit sentence, it consists of padam, various padani or padam. What does a statement in Sanskrit consist of, like Ramaha vanam gacchati? You are seeing this statement, right? So, what are these known as? What are these known as? Words, right? So, in Sanskrita, you call it as pada or padam. They are known as padas, right? Words is English. In Sanskrita, if I ask you, what is this Ramaha? You will say it is a pada or padam. Yeah. Yeah, we are coming to that. Yeah, we are coming to that one after another. Yeah, if I tell you it is known as Subanta Padam, you will ask me, what is Subanta? Right? So that's why, one step at a time. So this is known as Padam. Padam means what? Word, basically. Padam means word in Sanskrit. So these are all padas. But now, these padas are of different nature. One pada or word is acting like a verb. In Ramaha vanam gacchati, what is the pada which is verb? Yeah. Gacchati. Gacchati. See, typically these verbs are ending with suffixes like ti. Gacchati, khadati, likhati, pibati. These are all typically the verbs. Gacchati means he goes. Khadati, eats. Pibati, drinks. Pashyati, sees. Shrunoti. These are all ti, right? These are all the present tense verbs. So this one is acting like this is basically a verb, and these two, they are subject object we saw. So all of them are known as pada. First understand, each one of them is a pada. Now within that you can define, yes, two kinds of padas are there. I am going to tell that. So when it is one pada, when it is singular number, then you call it as padam. When there are multiple, then you call it as padani. Padam, padani. You will learn this, but just remember now, because these words will time and again come. So, in this statement, Ramaha vanam gacchati, how many padani are there? 3 padani, exactly. This. So, in that the first pada is Ramaha, second is vanam, third is gacchati. So like this, all these different padas have combined to become a vakyam. a sentence. You see, in the sentence above there are 3 words or padani. Ramaha, Vanam, Gacchati. These 3 are the padas. Okay. In the Sanskrit language, there are only 2 types of words or padas. Just 2 types of words in Sanskrit. That's it. Very simple. Sanskrit has only 2 types of words. You know, in English, you have what kind of words? You know, there is noun, then there is pronoun, there is adjective, there is adverb, there is verb. What more? You know? So you can connect to German maybe. Then how many types of words are there in German? Yeah? Somebody studied grammar like that? Okay, so anyway, that's what. Sometimes you may be able to connect, sometimes you may not be. So anyway, we are bothered about Sanskrit. So no problem. So in Sanskrit, there are only 2 types of words. First one is known as Tingantam Padam. Say, Tingantam. You understand this is Ti? So okay, here. Ti, this is Nga, Anta. Tingantam Padam. Tingantam Padam. Tingantam. That's it. Tingantam Padam means the pada or the word which is verb. No? Tingantam Padam means. Tingant Pada, like that they will say. Tingant Pada. Sometimes they say Tingant also. Sometimes they say Tingt. It depends. But it is Tinganta. It is actually Tinganta. Tingantam Padam. Say? Okay. So what is Tingantam Padam? It is the verb. Why is it known as Tingantam? So in the Sanskrit you understand Anta. What does Anta mean? End. Very nice. Yeah, Anta means end. Those padas who end with Ti are known as Tingantam Pada. You know, they end with Ti. You know, yeah. The suffixes, these suffixes are called as Ting suffix. So one of them is also Ti. Like here we are seeing Gacchati. So it is set of suffixes called as Ting suffixes. What suffixes? Ting suffixes. So Ting suffixes, when they get added to a root word of a dhatu or a dhatu, then you get that padam verb called as Tingantam Padam, like that. So what is a Tingantam Padam? Tinganta. Yeah. Tingantam, okay, you can use, no problem. Padam. Okay. So what is this? See, this is Tingantam Padam is that which ends with Ting Pratyaya. Pratyaya or suffix. Suffix in Sanskrit is known as Pratyaya. So a lot of these terms you will be hearing, please note them down and they will be, you should know the Sanskrit terms also. Ting suffix. Ting suffix. The word that ends with Ting suffix is known as Tingantam Padam. So something like Gacchati. Okay. Gacchati. Now this is a word which is Tingantam Padam. It is a verb. So it is a verb meaning it is ending with Ting suffix. Like that. So that Ting suffix is there, like here you can see directly Ti is there. And before that there is what? Before Gaccha, right. So before this, what is there before the suffix, no? That particular part, no? In Samskrita, meaning in a verb, it is called as Anga. Anga. Anga plus the pratyaya or the suffix, it becomes this particular thing. So how does this ang get formed, like where from this gacha is coming? We will see that, you don't have to worry. But what you will have to see is, the tingantam padam is that one which takes this ting suffix, and before that there is something which is called as anga that gets connected to the suffix, and that's how this is formed. This anga itself is made up of something called as dhatu, and that dhatu gets added with something more, some pratyayas, and that's how the anga becomes. So dhatu is the root thing in a tingantam. Dhatu plus again suffix, plus again this thing suffix. This is how your final tingantam padam will come. So dhatu, the verbal root, dhatu is verbal root. See, this is where you begin. Your verb, kriya padam, starts to be getting formed by first and foremost verbal root. Verbal root gets added with some initial suffixes that makes it into anga, and that gets added with ting pratyaya. That is your final verb. You understand? It is anga. Yeah. So anga is this basic dhatu, the verbal root, plus initial suffixes some. That is anga. See, this much part is anga. This much. Okay? This is anga. Dhatu plus initial suffixes. And then these special suffixes called as ting, they will make your final verb, tingantam padam. So we are going to see how this is generated. We will take one dhatu and we will see how from that dhatu that particular verb is formed. But right now you understand the structure. This is how it is formed. So that's how, if you know dhatu in Sanskrit, no, it's very easy for you to know the meaning. Because in this all, what is that is going to govern the meaning? The most important thing is dhatu. Dhatu. These suffixes and these all, they will give you some sense of which tense it is and all. But the most important thing is dhatu. Like this kriya padam or this tingantam padam has gacchati. So that gacchati has one dhatu in it. And that dhatu is governing the meaning. What is dhatu in gacchati? Anyone knows? Gam dhatu. Very nice. Gam. And what does gam mean? To go. To go. That's the meaning of this dhatu. So as soon as you know the meaning of this dhatu, to go, it is getting added with some suffixes which makes it into gacha, and then finally ti gets added, it becomes gacchati. Gacchati means goes, It is present tense basically, Like this to go, you can speak it in present tense, you can speak it in past tense, you can speak it in future tense. What would be like plain English? Yes, Mataji.
It was too fast for me. Did I understand right? Gam is the infinitive, or is it the root of the verb?
It's the root.
The root. Okay.
Yeah.
And gacchati is like.
It's like the verb.
The third.
Yeah, it's like the verb.
Yes.
Like in English also, when you say goes. So now within English, the system of root is not there, but you have infinitive, to go, right? And then it takes some suffixes by which it becomes goes. So similarly here also, but dhatu is something very root, it's like infinitive, even beyond that it is the root thing, verbal root. And then it takes certain suffixes and ting pratyaya, ting suffix, and then it becomes usable in a sentence, like it is become gacchati here. If you had only verbal root, you will not be able to use it in a sentence. You got it? Yeah, it's clear. Yeah. So unless and until you connect your root with some suffixes, and especially the ting pratyaya, you will not be able to use it. So it's like that. So now, like as soon as you understand the dhatu's meaning, like gum means to go, so you understand what it means. So if, now take English, to go, this infinitive, to go. If I want to say this in a present tense, what does the verb become? Goes. Goes. What about future? Will go. What about past? Went. Went, right? So this, so same way, these ting pratyayas govern the tense. I can make this same dhatu, gam dhatu, I can make it into past tense. You know, depending on what this thing, which are you using the suffix of past tense or future tense or present tense. These things will govern the tense, you know. We are going to see these pratyayas all. But if I were to say gam dhatu and I want to say he went, so in Sanskrit it will become agachat. Agachat means he went. If I want to say that same dhatu gam, but he will go, it will be gamishyati, you know, like that. Ramaha gamishyati, Rama will go. Ramaha agachat, Rama went. Ramaha gacchati, Rama goes. You know, it's like that. That same verbal root, but depending on what is this thing pratyaya, it will change the tenses. This is there. So this is how basically tingantam padam is formed, where you have the verbal root dhatu and which gets added with some suffixes, and that's how you come to the final tingantam padam, also known as verb, also known as kriya, also known as kriya padam. This is all same. Tingantam padam means kriya, tingantam padam means kriya padam, or it means verb. It's all the same. Same meaning, no difference. Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
How many times has Sanskrit, I mean like past, present and future? And are there some other? Would go or something?
Yeah, they are there. Yes, we
How
will
many-
see.
how many
10
are
are there, 10.
10.
Yeah. In Sanskrit, 10 are there.
I should better not
Yeah.
ask.
10 tenses are there. Dashalakara. Yeah. You know,
For
would go, you know, was going, has been going, all that will come. Yes. The just one present tense in Sanskrit, like in English, you can speak present tense in what? Present continuous, present perfect, and simple present tense. 3 kinds in English, you know. Like I eat, I am eating, and present perfect. I have eaten, you know, I finished eating already, like that. So in Sanskrit, the present tense itself can be expressed in 9 different ways. You know, it is like that. It's that rich. We will see that.
for a better understanding, can we decline gacchati? So like I go, you go?
Yeah.
Because this is for me always like I used to learn a language.
The declensions.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you are right on right track. You know, you will understand it. We are coming to declensions. You are getting that's correct. Conjugations and declensions.
Yes.
If you understand those, it will be very easy for you. Yeah. Okay. So this is how the tingantam padam is formed. What is the root word in this? What is it called? Yeah. In a verb, anga is also formed by attaching suffix to something. What is that? Dhatu. Yeah. So basically dhatu is the root thing. Dhatu is the root word when it comes to tingantam or kriya, kriya padam, like that. So you see verb, and then below that is subantam padam. So every word in Sanskrit is comprised of 2 basic constituents. One is original entity, and then there is suffix. So original entity is also known by the word Prakriti. Prakriti. Lots of words, new words you are getting. So you may have to note them, and you also go through the book, you will remember. So original entity is known as Prakriti. And there is suffix, which is known as, yeah, it's written, read. Pratyayaha. Yeah. Prakritihi and Pratyaya. So, in case of your verbs, what will be the Prakriti? The fundamental thing we just now discussed. Yeah? Dhatu, that's it. That's correct. Prakriti is a general word. Whether it's Subanta or Tinganta, both of them you use that word Prakriti. But when it comes to especially the Tingantas, meaning the verbs, Prakriti equals to Dhatu, basically Dhatu. And what is the type of suffix for the Tingant Padas? What is the type of suffix? It's Ting Pratyaya. Yes, Ting suffix. So this, every word in Sanskrit is comprised of two basic constituents. So what is the constituents? They are known as Prakriti and Pratyaya. If you want to remember the words from English, original entity and suffix. So if you are talking about Tingantas, then Prakriti means Dhatu, and plus there is a specific pratyaya called as Ting Pratyaya. So see, this is how your Tingant is there. Don't worry what are Ting Pratyayas, I mean Ting suffixes, we don't know what are Dhatus. You will learn all, everything is there. We are coming to it. You will not learn everything in one day, right? You have to go step by step. Understand one concept. Basically Dhatu, that gets added with Ting, it becomes Tinganta. Of course, with Dhatu, there are some more suffixes. First they make Anga, and then Anga plus Ting becomes Tinganta. But basically it is Dhatu plus Ting. You can understand it that way. Pratyayas. Now there is something called as Subanta. So apart from verb, whatever else is there in Sanskrit is known as Subanta. Apart from verb, whatever word is there, you have one common name for it, called as Subanta. Just take out the verb, whatever remains in a Sanskrit statement is Subanta. What does that mean? Subanta means, these words, they typically end with a pratyay called as Sup. Here it was Ting, now this is Sup. Suffix called as Sup. Sup. The name of suffix is Sup. What does Sup mean? It means something funny in German or what? Oh, that is soup. Right? This is Sup. Sup. Short one. Yeah, that is Dirgha. Soup. Soup. Yeah. This is Sup. Sup. Sup Pratyaya. So that which takes Sup Pratyaya, Sup is at the end, Anta. So that becomes Subanta. See, you might be feeling, why it is not Supanta and Subanta? I am saying Subanta, right? But this is Sup. It should have been Supanta. Yeah. But that is the Sandhi. When Sup plus Anta, they connect in Sanskrita, they don't become Supanta, they become Subanta. Because of some special rule of Sandhi. You will learn this in Sandhi. See, sup plus anta. It might very logically feel like it should have become supanta. No, but it doesn't become supanta. It becomes subanta. The third letter in pavarga will come in. Pa, pha, ba. Third letter comes in because of some rules of sandhi. We will see that. No problem. Right now you understand what is subanta. So subanta also follow this pattern, prakriti and pratyaya. So pratyaya is sup. What about the prakriti? So subantas, the prakriti, the original entity in subanta, have very fancy name in Sanskrit. Don't get scared. Pratipadikam. Pratipadikam. This is the nominal root. Nominal root. Just as here it was verbal root. This is the nominal root. So, like our original statement, Ramaha vanam gacchati. So, Ramaha. In this word Ramaha, Mataji, what do you feel? What is the root word in Ramaha? Rama. That's it. That's the root word. That is original entity. Pratipadikam, what we call it as Pratipadikam, Samskrita name, that is Rama, and it is taking some suffix because of which it is becoming Ramaha. You know that that is coming because of taking that sup suffix. Otherwise the root word is Rama, this much. Similarly in Vanam, Prabhu, what would be the root word in Vanam? Vana. Vana, that's it. And that Vana is added with something, sup suffix. That's why it became Vanam. Rama, Vana, these are Pratipadikam. These are the nominal roots. The roots of a name. Nominal means, you understand? The roots of a name are known as nominal root. The root of a verb is known as verbal root. So, this is how both the words follow this pattern of Prakriti, Pratyaya. Prakriti for Tingant Padam means Dhatu. Pratyaya for Tingant Padam means Ting Pratyaya. Prakriti for Subanta Padam means Pratipadikam, which is nominal root in English. And Pratyaya for Subanta Padam is Sup Pratyaya, sup suffix, which takes these kind of endings like H dot and Vanam and all these endings. So this is how your original words, they connect to some suffixes, and this is how the statement is formed in Sanskrit. So you take any statement in Sanskrit, it is made up of just sup and ting pratyayas. That's it, nothing else. You don't have any other words in Sanskrit, only two kinds of padas. Only two kinds of padas, two kinds of words. One is Tingantam Padam and the other one is Subantam Padam. Like you take this verse, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, first verse of Bhagavad Gita. Most of you might know this verse. Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Dhritarashtra said. Now you tell me, in this Dhritarashtra, is Subanta or Tinganta? Tingant means that which has a sense of verb, and Subant means that which has a sense of name, nominal, like that. So when I say Dhritarashtra, is it a verb or is it a noun? Yes, Mataji? Subantam, it's true. And Uvacha? Uvacha means said. It is Tingantam. Dhritarashtra is Subantam, Uvacha is Tingantam. Come to the next word. Dharma Kshetre, Subantam or Tingantam? Subantam, very good. Dharma Kshetre, Subantam, very nice. Kurukshetre, Subantam or Tingantam? Subantam, yes. Samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakaha pandavaha cha eva kim akurvata sanjaya. These are the remaining words. In all these words, there is only one tingant. That's it. Rest of it is all subanta. So there is only one word which is a verb. Otherwise, the rest of it is all subant only. Can you recognize which word is the verb? Akurvata. Very good. Akurvata. That's the verb. Now rest of it is all subanta. Even this samaveta is subanta. Samaveta means, oh, what happened? Okay, yeah. Samaveta. Samaveta means assembled. But that is not a verb here. It might appear to you like verb looking at the synonyms, But it is like this. It's like assembled soldiers, Yeah, it's not like soldiers assembled or warriors assembled there. It is assembled warriors. So in English, if it was plain English, assembled warriors. So warriors is the noun here. What would be assembled? Adjective. That's it. So adjective. So similarly, samaveta is acting here as adjective. It is actually a subanta. It is not a tinganta. Absolutely. So you will learn that, no problem. But what I am trying to show you is, any verse, anything you take in Sanskrit, it is either subanta or it is tinganta. That's it. Only two kinds of words in Sanskrit. Nothing else. Yuyusava is also subanta. Yeah. No. So that's what. Yuyutsavaha is a plural of a word called as yuyutsu. One who is desiring to fight, So Yuyutsava means men desiring to fight. So it's also actually noun there. Yuyutsavaha. Yeah.
Did they do is also like a verb, is also like in a...
Absolutely. So that you have to, that's okay in English. What about Sanskrit? You try to see in Sanskrit, no? Akurvata is that sense. What did they do, right? You are saying. So akurvata is basically that verb. But mamakaha, my sons, is it a verb? No. Pandavaha, is it a verb? No. Kim, what? Is it a verb? No. Sanjaya, is it a verb? No. Cha is just a, connecting word, interjection. What you call it? Conjunction. Cha is conjunction. And, is it a verb? No. Eva, is it another conjunction? Is it a verb? So, what is the verb? Only one verb. What is that? Akurvata. Yes, bro.
It's not clear to me how you recognize it. If there wouldn't be translations in English, how would you recognize that Akurvata is the verb?
So that's why. How you will recognize it? Because I know what are the verb forms of this kri dhatu. Kri means to do. And akurvata is the past tense of that particular verb, of that particular dhatu, this way. Now you are saying, how will I recognize? Well, you will recognize to the degree you will know what kind of verb forms they do look like. What kind of forms in Sanskrit the verbs take. So as we are proceeding with the subject matter, you will understand what kind of forms that the typical dhatu connects to the thing, suffixes, and it takes. Then once you know those forms, then you know, this is not the one. It's clear that this is something, which has got nothing to do with verbs. So right now, because you don't know how verbs look like, so it will be a question for you, naturally. But once you start understanding how do verbs look like, so then it will be very easy for you. So we are going to see what kind of forms what kind of the verbal forms that the verbs take. Like gacchati, you saw this now, something like gacchati, so you recognize. So similarly, there are other forms that you will all see. Gacchati, gacchataha, gacchanti, gacchasi, gacchataha, gacchat, gacchami, gacchavaha, gacchamaha. So all these forms, once you start seeing, then it's easy for you to recognize in a Sanskrit. So right now, for you it will be difficult to recognize because you, as of now, you don't know how the verb form look like. So we have to learn. That's why. Yeah.
Is there any list of suffixes for the verbs?
Yes, it's there. Yeah, the list of suffixes is coming up now. Yeah, and once those suffixes attach to the dhatu, how do dhatu turn into verbs? We will be seeing that. So then you will start understanding what it is. Okay, this way. So this is how it's all subanta and tinganta. Okay. So original entity prakriti pratyaya. So that's why grammar sometimes is also known as prakriti pratyaya vibhag. The division of prakriti and pratyaya. So when it is prakriti and pratyaya, the original entity and suffix. So what would be prakriti for tingantam? What would be prakriti for tingantam? Dhatu. What would be pratyaya for tingantam? Ting pratyaya. Yes. Mataji, what would be prakriti for a subanta? What would be prakriti, meaning the original entity? What is it called for a subanta? Yeah, in a subanta, what is the original entity called? That original word, that root word, what is it called? No, that is the suffix, no? Suffix is sup. No, suffix is sup. What is the root word? Pratipadikam. It's here. You can see, no? It's here. Pratipadikam. That's the root. That's the nominal word. Nominal root. That takes the sup suffix. So it's okay. It's very easy. See, don't worry. Like you see, dharma kshetre. Now you tell me, what is the pratipadikam, the root word in this dharma kshetre? What's the root word? That's it. Very simple. Kurukshetre. What is the root word? Kurukshetra. It just became Kurukshetre. Like that. Samaveta. In this the root word is Samaveta. That's it. Yuyutsavaha. In this the root word is Yuyutsu. Yuyutsu. That's it. Mamakaha. The root word is Mamaka. Pandavaha. What would be the root word? Pandava. Very simple. Yes. Then cha or eva, they are all indeclinables, so they stay as it is. Kim also stays as it is. Sanjaya. What is the root word? No, I am not asking dhatu. The root word in Sanjaya, meaning pratipadikam. What should be the pratipadikam of the word Sanjaya? What should be the pratipadikam of the word Sanjaya? See, what is pratipadikam? Nominal root, meaning the basic root word. In Sanjaya, what is the root word that you see? It is Sanjaya. That's it. It's the same. It's same. But what has happened there, I will explain to you later. See, two things, don't get confused between dhatu and pratipadikam. Pratipadikam applies for the nouns. So any noun you see, no, the basic word in that would be pratipadikam. Like come here now, you know. Gita. Yeah. Now you come here. Bhavan bhishmascha karnascha kripascha samitim jayaha ashvathama vikarnascha saumadattis tathaivacha. Bhavan bhishmascha karnascha. Bhishmascha, this is one word. Bhishmascha. What would be the root word in this? Bhishma, that's it. Karnascha, what would be the root word? Karna, that's it. Kripascha, what would be the root word? Kripa. It's like that. That is a pratipadikam, the basic word. Now that kripa word, that itself is formed by some deep dhatu and all that. You don't have to get into that. I am just asking you the plain word. You know, what is that plain word? Vikarnascha. Vikarna. That's the root word. Ashvathama, as it is Ashvathama. This way. So, all these root words, they are called as pratipadikam or nominal roots. Prakriti, all these names are for the same. And they take these sup suffixes by which they are formed. So like you can see here now. This padam, this is the word Ramaha. What is the original entity in Ramaha? Rama. And what is that suffix? You see, that suffix has caused this visarga, and that suffix is sa. We will see that, how that Ramas, Rama plus sa becomes Ramaha. Ramas, you may think it is becoming Ramas. No, it is becoming Ramaha. No problem, we'll see that. Vanam, what is the original word? Vana. And it has taken up a suffix called as It became Vanam. Simple. Gachati, what is the original entity? Gam. Now here, Gam Dhatu, because this is what? Gachati is what? It is Subant or Tingant? Tinganta. That's why you see Dhatu came in picture here. Gam Dhatu. Plus suffix is Ti. That became Gachati. This way. So this is how these words are formed in Sanskrit. Only two kinds of words are there. Verb Tingantam Padam. See, as for verb, the original entity, meaning Prakriti, is verbal root, that is Dhatu, which indicates action. So that's why you can come here. Verb Tingantam Padam means root plus verbal suffix, Ting Pratyay. Dhatu plus Ting Pratyay gives you Tingantam Padam, verb. If you remember this diagram, that's it, you remember it, what it is. Tingantam Padam equal to Dhatuhu, meaning root, plus Ting Pratyayaha, which is verbal suffix, suffix for the verbs, that way. Like Gachati is formed by Gam plus Ti. Gam plus additional suffixes, first they form a Anga called as Gacha, and then Gacha takes up Ti, that becomes Gachati. This way. If you come to the noun, noun is formed by, you see, nominal base or nominal root, Pratipadikam, here. Pratipadikam plus nominal suffix, meaning sup pratyaya. Subantam Padam, the noun, it takes Pratipadikam, the nominal base plus nominal suffix. Like Ramaha here. Ramaha is a noun. It has taken, pratyaya sa to this nominal base called as Rama. This way. So you can see this very clearly. It is showing also here. So you were asking that which are those Ting Pratyayas, right? Or Sup Pratyayas. You see, these are those Pratyaya. There are 18 verbal suffixes by 3 persons and 3 numbers. If you want to see what are these Pratyayas, see they are like this. Tip tas jhi, ta atam jha, sip thas tha, tha satham dhvam, mip vasmas, it vahi mahing. So, don't worry about this. You will, when we will start using it, you will just, by hearing, you will remember it because of hearing again and again and again. But you wanted the list, this is the list of Ting Pratyayas. So now, in this list, the one which you saw in Gachati and all that, it is here. See this tip. This is what it is. Only Ti remains in it, Pa goes away, but yeah, this is that one. Gachati was basically because of here. Tip pratyaya, meaning ti, ti. Gacchati, khadati, rohati, pashyati, dhavati, all this ti. They are for singular and third person. We are coming to that. No, don't worry. And you were asking also for supratyayas, right? So here are 21 supratyayas. Suaujas, amautshas, tabhyam bhis, gebhyam bhyas, gasibhyam bhyas, gas os am, gi os sup. These are the pratyayas. They will connect to the root word, like jaise Rama, and Rama plus su becomes Ramaha. Rama plus au becomes Ramau.
And what is the difference between dual and plural?
Yeah, now I am coming to that. I am going to explain you what is vachana and all that. So this is how these connect to the root, nominal roots, and then they form the subanta padas. Okay? So you see, subantam padam, tingantam padam, that is a vakya, that is a sentence. So let's see now what you were asking, what is that dual and all that. Now we will see. Okay. So some general understanding about Sanskrit now, all the more, How many numbers are there in Sanskrit? Numbers meaning, I am not saying 1, 2, 3, 4, but in terms of, like in English, you have singular and plural, right? Singular, plural. Like leaf is a singular. What is the plural? Leaves, right? Singular, plural. In Sanskrita, that number, there are 3 instead of 2. There is singular, ekavachanam, eka. See, number in Sanskrit is known as vachanam. Okay. Singular, ekavachanam. Then in Sanskrit there is dual also. Dvivachanam, and then plural, which is bahuvachanam. Okay. So, in English, if you want to say man, so one man. And if you want to say two, 1 plus 1 man, I mean 1 man plus another man, what will you say? 2 men. 2 men. And more than 2 also men only. So in English there is 1, and anything more than 1 is plural. That is how English is, right? Man, men, woman, women, leaf, leaves, like that. In Sanskrit, you have singular, then dual, and also plural. Ekavachanam, dvivachanam, and bahuvachanam. So, if there is one Rama, so then you call it as Ramaha. If there are 2 Ramas, then you call as Ramau. And if there are more than 3 Ramas or 3 Ramas, then you call as Ramaha. You want to say there is only one Rama. Okay. So then what will you use? Ramaha. If I want to say Rama goes to forest, I am saying one Ram only. I am not saying 2 Ramas, because there can be 2 Ramas, Balram and Ramachandra. Right? Dasharathi, I mean Lord Ramachandra and Lord Balaram. Or you can say there can be two boys named as Rama, no problem, anything. So if I want to say only one number Ramaha, just one person named as Rama, then I would say Ramaha, you know. If I want to say two personalities, then I would say Ramau. So I don't have to say in Sanskrit Ramaha and then what is two? Two Ramaha. You know, I will not say two Ramaha. Dvi Ramaha. I will not say. What I will say? Ramau. That's it. As soon as I say Ramau, it carries the sense that two Ramas. You know, like that. It means it. You know, I don't have to use that number then, saying two. Like in English, you may have to use one laptop, two laptops. And then if it is multiple, you may just say laptops that way. But in Sanskrit, this additional number is there, vachanam is there, which is dvi, ramau. And if you want to say plural, it will be ramaha, like that. So ramaha means many, many ramas, more than, at least three or more than three. It basically means many ramas. So you take anything, you take, you know, ashva. Ashvaha, what does ashvaha mean?
Horse.
Horse, right. Then ashvau. And then finally ashvaha. If I want to say a horse runs, so runs means dhavati, that's the word for runs, dhavati. A horse runs. So using this, can you complete the sentence? Dhavati, I told you the verb. Now you just have to pick up the right vachanam and complete the sentence. Complete the statement, a horse runs.
What was run? I forgot.
Mataji? Dhavati. Ashvaha dhavati. That's right. A horse runs. Ashvaha dhavati. You know, many horses run. Yes. Yeah, very good. You know, you have studied. So ashvaha, then you will use ashvaha. Ashvaha dhavanti. That verb changes in such cases. We'll come to that. No problem. If I want to say two horses run, then what will you use? Ashvau. Yes. Ashvau dhavataha. Like that. See, so this is how in Sanskrit you can use, there is additional provision of dual. Usually singular and plural is there in all the languages. But Sanskrit has this additional thing, dual. You can also use just one word which carries the sense of two number also. So in Gita you must have seen this shloka. Dva vimau purushau loke ksharachakshara uchyate. So purushau has been used there. Purushau. So as soon as you see this, Kripa Sindhu Prabhu, Purushau means how many number it will be? Two. See, it is two there. That's why the word that has been used is not Purushaha. It is Purushau. If it was singular, it would have been Purushaha. The dual is Purushau and Bahuvachan is Purushaha. So there, Krishna is saying, Dvau imau Purushau. There are these two kinds of Purushas, or you can say two Purushas, two enjoyers. Purusha word there can mean living entity, enjoyer. There are two kinds of living entities. What are they? One is Kshara and another is Akshara. One is fallible, another is infallible. You know, Krishna is saying, Purushau. You see? Purushau. This is how it is useful. So, you see this kind of things in Gita and all that. As soon as you start recognizing, you know, that, oh, this is Dvivachan. Yes, I understand. That's why it is Purushau. You are seeing that. As you will see that, so you will start recognizing in your verses. Yes, I do see. Oh, here dhavati, that's the verb. Right? So even in Bhagavad Gita and all, you will start recognizing the verbs slowly, slowly, because you will see this. Dhavati, pashyati, apashyat. There is famous verse of Bhagavatam in which apashyat is there. Which verse of Bhagavatam, apashyat? There is this verse where Vyasadev in his samadhi, he saw, Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranihite male apashyat purusham purnam mayam cha tadapashrayam. Apashyat, he saw, that's it, like that. So pashyati or vadanti, there is this vadanti. You remember a verse with vadanti in Bhagavatam? Vadanti means they say, Vadanti. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdyate. So all these words, they are verbs actually. Vadanti, pashyati, pashyanti. All these. And you will start recognizing slowly, slowly now. So number, this is how. In Sanskrit, when you have provision to use ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam, all three. So this is about vachanam. Now one very important concept about purusha I am going to tell you. So hear this also very carefully, because this is going to be very useful for you. Like in English, you have heard this first person, second person, third person. You might be knowing these things. First person, second person, third person. Same thing in Sanskrit is purusha. Purusha, what is purusha? We will see now. See, there is uttama purusha. There is madhyama purusha. And there is prathama purusha. So uttama purusha is your English's first person. Okay. Madhyama purusha is your English's second person. And prathama purusha is in your English the third person. So when I say I see a deer in English, I see a deer. So what is the subject of this particular statement? I see a deer. I. What is the object? Deer. What is the process or action? See. Yes. So I see a deer has a subject. And is that subject in first person, second person, or third person? I. Yeah. So in English, just in case if you are not aware, in English, where it is said first person, it means I. Second person means you. And third person means he, she, it, whatever, n number of things. Like that. So, maybe you take a photograph after we complete. Okay. So, Uttama Purusha Madhyama Purusha, second person, and Prathama Purusha, third person. So now I want to say in Sanskrit that I eat. Till now I was making the boy eat, or whatever the child was eating. But now I want to say I eat. I. What in Sanskrit we say for I? Aham. So, Uttama Purush, when we say first person and singular, Ekavachanam, singular. This is dual and this is plural. So when I want to say in Sanskrit I, and by I mean I myself, just one person, that is me. So that is I and it is aham. Okay. Uttama Purush is I, aham. Now Sanskrit allows you to also say we too. We too. You can use, there is one word for that in Sanskrit, which means we too. We too eat, I and my friend, we too eat. We are always eating. If you want to say, we too eat. So in English you will say we too, but in Sanskrit there is a word proper for that, like we too. So in Sanskrit it is called avam. Okay? In Sanskrit it's called avam. Avam means how many, who? I mean I, we too. I and maybe somebody else, avam, like that. Yes?
Is it in Sanskrit, is it also possible to, like, say, for example, kadami palam, so just without aham, because
Oh, sure.
kadami is also there, it's on me.
Absolutely. Yes, it is possible. You don't have to use aham. Yes, we will discuss that thing. So we too, and then you want to say we all. There is one word for that also. Vayam. Vayam. Okay? So if I want to say I eat, for eating the word is khadami. Khadami, when I want to say for myself. So Mataji, if I want to say I eat, can you complete the statement by using this? Khada mi. Aham. Say khada mi. That is it. Aham khadami. I eat. It's completed. Mi vaha maha. If I want to say we too eat, so then word for we too eat is khada vaha. So Prabhu, can you complete the statement? We too eat. The verb will be khada vaha. Yeah? Yes?
Avam kadaha.
Yeah. Avam khada vaha.
Kadaha.
Yes. Yes. Avam khada vaha. If I want to say we all eat, the word is khada maha. Khada maha. So, Brian Pro, you can complete the statement? Very good. Vayam khadamaha. Yeah. So, those verbs, why it is becoming khadami, khadavaha, khadamaha, I will explain that, don't worry. Right now I want you to just catch the person, first person, second person, third person, So, you see, your subject, that subject, it is of which person? So, in this case, it is of first person, also known in Sanskrita as Uttama Purusha. Why am I explaining you this concept is, it becomes very important to first and foremost recognize what is the subject, the subject of your statement, in what person it is. It becomes very important to know. Like when I say, Rama sees Sita, Ramaha Sitam Pashyati. Rama sees Sita. Now, will you be able to tell me who is the subject of this statement and in which person he is? Is he the first person? Is he the second person? Is he the third person? Second person, I am going to explain. It is you, you two, you all. And the third person is he, she, it, and n number of whatever else remains. That's all third person. So if I say to you, Ramaha Sitam Pashyati, so what is the subject of this statement and in which person is that subject? Yes. What is the subject? Rama. And what is the person? First person. In Sanskrit? In Sanskrit, what it will be? You can see, no, I have written here. Uttama Purusha or Prathama Purusha? See, my statement is what? Rama sees Sita. So he means Rama here in this case. So what will be the person? Third person, Prathama Purusha. Although it says third person, in Sanskrit it is called as Prathama. So you see, let's complete now. Aham, avam, vayam. Similarly, tvam. Tvam, yuvam, yuyam. You must have heard this word in the verses. Pratham Purusha, saha, means he. Sa means she. And tat means it. Okay. If you want to take the numbers of this, saha, tau means they two, those two men, and te means they all. Similarly, if it was for woman, sa, te, they two, the two girls or two women or whatever, like taha means they all. Tat, te, they two. Tani, they all. Yeah. So, yeah.
So they can mean they all, they two, and they two female.
Yeah, it can mean all.
All three.
Yeah. So depending on the context, you have to see, what it means. They can mean all that. Yes.
And the boy, the girl would be they, the lot of it.
Huh?
They two, if it was a boy and a girl, it was two.
Yeah. So girl, yes. So two girls will mean te, te. And many girls will taha, like that. So, first person, second person, third person. So, apart from first person, which is I, and second person, which is you, everything else is third person. You remember this. He, she, it, Ram, Sita, Radha, Lakshman, or whatever. It's all third person. First person is I. Yes, now you take. Yes. See, it's also there in the book. I will show you right now.
Yes. Singular.
Is it in the first book?
One is you. You, yeah, you.
Is it in the first book?
Is it in the first book? Yeah, I'm just showing you where it is in the first book. See, it is here. Come to, in the first volume, you come to the page number 26. See, I am showing you here. You can see person, Purusha. There are three persons. Third person, second person, first person. Similarly, Vachanam is also being explained here. Vachanam, third person, second person, first person. We are writing here combinedly together. This one. So, this is it. So, okay, coming back to this. So, whenever you see the subject of your statement or object of your statement, whenever these nominal words come, then you have to understand in which Purusha it is, which person. Is it Uttam Purusha? Is it Madhyam Purusha? Is it Pratham Purusha? Like that. So that is how it is. So if I say, Aham Pashyami, I see. So Aham Pashyami, I see. So in that case, the Karta or the subject, what person it is in? Uttam Purusha. When I say, Yuyam, Yuyam Pashyatha, you all see. Yuyam Pashyatha. What is the Karta in which Purusha? Madhyama Purusha. Very nice. When I say that Radha Preshayati, Radha sends, what? Maybe Radha sends a letter to Krishna. Radha Preshayati, Radha Krishnaya Patram Preshayati. So, in this case, what is the Purusha? Pratham Purusha, third person. Like that. Saha Dhavati, he runs. Brian Prabhu, what will be the Purusha? Prathama Purusha. Yes. Now you also tell me Prathama Purusha and what Vachanam, whether Eka Vachanam, Dvi Vachanam or Bahu Vachanam. This also you tell me. Now, if I say Avam Likhavah, Avam Likhavah, we too write, So you tell me, in this statement, the Karta is in which Vachanam and which person, which Purusha? Prabhu?
Uttama Purusha and Dvivachanam.
Very nice. Uttama Purusha, Dvivachanam. Avam, because I used Avam, like that. Yuyam Vadatha. Yuyam Vadatha. You all speak too much, Yuyam Vadatha. Yes, Mataji? Yuyam Vadatha will be, you have to tell me the Purusha as well as Vachana. Madhyama Purusha.
Madhyama Purusha and dual.
I am saying Yuyam.
Yuyam. Plural.
Plural.
Madhyama Purusha plural.
Yeah. So it will be Madhyama Purusha plural. Now I will show you example from directly Bhagavatam. Vayam tuna vitripyama. You know where this verse comes? First canto, first chapter. You see. Vayam tuna vitripyama means we are not satisfied. Vayam tuna vitripyama. Vayam vitripyama means we are satisfied. Vayam tu na vitripyama, we are not satisfied. So now you have to tell me, in this Vayam tuna vitripyama, the verb is vitripyama. So what is the karta? What vachana and what vachanam and what purusha? Yeah. Uttama Purusha, Bahu Vachanam. Yes. What would be the meaning? We, and na vitripyama means we are not satisfied. So you see, Vayam, Prabhupada will translate it as Vayam, we. So it is not I, it is not we too, it is we all. Because who is saying this verse? Sages are saying this verse. Sages of Naimisharanya. That's why Vayam they are saying. Vayam tuna vitripyama. Oh, Sud Goswami, as far as we are concerned, we are not satiated, we are not satisfied yet. Why? Because this subject matter is such yach shrinvatam rasadnyanam swadu swadu pade pade. Whoever is hearing it, and if they understand a thing or bit about rasa, It is nectarian at every step. They are saying. That's why we are not satiated hearing. Go on speaking. Vayam tu na vitripyama. We are not at all satiated as far as hearing the Supreme Lord's glories it's concerned. So you see, Vayam, the word has come there. Vayam, like that. Or if, the Avanti Brahmana says, Aham tarishyami, Aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundangri nisheva yeva. You know this mantra? What is the speciality of this mantra? This is the sannyas mantra. Every sannyasi receives this mantra in our sampradaya. Etam sa asthaya paratmanishtam adhyasitam purvatamair maharshibhi aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundangri nishaiva yeva. So typically it's a mantra for sannyasis. They may receive another special mantra, but this one is given to all, like that.
Where is it to find?
Yeah?
Where is it to find?
11:23:57, 11th canto of Bhagavatam. So when it says aham tarishyami, tarishyami means will cross over. And what will I cross over? Tamaha. Aham tamaha tarishyami. I will cross over the darkness. Avanti Brahman is saying that he is showing that great determination, like that. So, aham tamaha tarishyami. In this statement, can you tell me what is the subject, what is the object, and what is the action, what is the person and number of the subject? This much you have to tell me. Aham tamaha tarishyami. Quite plain statement, not much in that, like that. Who wants to try apart from Julian Prabhu? Yeah. Anyone else? Prabhu, yeah.
Ham is the subject.
Subject.
Tamo is the object.
Object.
And tarishyami is the verb.
Very nice.
And it's a uttama purusha, and it's a singular.
Haribol. Wonderful. Jai Prabhu. That's it. And what would be the statement meaning?
The statement is, I cross over the ocean.
I will cross over. Tarishyami. Tarishyami is in future. Like that. So how does Prabhupada? Yeah, you see here also, shall cross over. Because it is future. So very nice. Aham tamaha tarishyami. I shall cross over the darkness, like that, or the ocean of nations, this way. So you see, you start understanding now how it is working, right? Aham tarishyami, it is uttam purusha ekavachanam, like that. So like this you will find in Shastra statements which will be made up of aham, avam, vayam, tvam, yuvam, yuyam, saha, taute, sate, ta, tatte, tani, rama, ramo, rama, so many n number of things, like that. But basically it's very simple. You have to know your subject, which person, which number, and then what is your object, what is your verb, put it appropriately, that's it, your statement is ready, this way. So this is how Uttama, Madhyama and Prathama Purushas will work. So what you have to do is, I will tell you, you will have to at least memorize this much. See, at least memorize this. Aham, avam, vayam, then tvam, yuvam, yuyam, sahataute, sateta, tatte, tani. This much you should memorize. Because it will many times come. It will come many times, like that. Yaha pashyati, saha pashyati. In verses it will come. Saha, saha pashyati. He sees. One who sees like this, he sees. You have seen. Matravat paradareshu, paradravyeshu loshtravat, atmavat sarva bhuteshu. Like yaha pashyati, saha pashyati. This way, like that. So that's why At least please memorize these because we will be using them quite often in the statements. Aham, avam, vayam, tvam, yuvam, yuyam, sahataute, sateta, tatte, tani. Like that.
You memorize it like this. It is the method also that you repeat it.
Yeah, yes. Yes. Aham, avam, vayam, say. Tvam, yuvam, yuyam. Saha taute. Sate taha. Tatte tani. Like that. Aham, avam, vayam. Tvam, yuvam, yuyam. Like that. You can memorize this. So then it will be easy for you to, whenever I will ask you sentence, then you will be able to make sentence immediately. I say, as soon as I say, you say, you to run, bolo pada, you to run, So then you should know, yuvam, yeah, yuvam, what, dhavat, yuvam dhavat, like that. The verbs I will help you, but this you should know. What is I, what is we two, what is we all. Then it will be very easy for you to make the statements. Okay. So this is how Uttam Purusha, Madhyam Purusha, Prathama Purusha. So this might sound little peculiar because Prathama in Sanskrit means what? First. But this is third, in English. So that's why you remember by some sort of mnemonic that you can try. I used to remember first time when my teacher taught me Uttama Purusha means first person. So I used to remember that everybody thinks himself to be the best, Uttama. So I think myself to be the best. So I, Uttama. Like that I memorized. And then Madhyama Purusha is very easy, second, because it's not me, it's not somebody third, you. So that is Madhyama. And then apart from we two, everything else is third, who is not here.
It's like Madhyama Adhikari, Uttama Adhikari.
Yeah, yes, like that, yes. So that's what. Only thing is Uttama Adhikari does not think himself as Uttama, But here first person is referring to somebody who is Uttama Purusha, things like that. So just for memorization, whatever. Because especially third person and Prathama Purusha, this might sound confusing, but that's okay. Prathama Purusha is said to be third person because basically it means I am there, you are there, we two, and anybody else is third. So that's out. I am Uttama, you are Madhyama, and who remains? Everything else is third person, like that. So that way, that is third person, in this way. Okay. So, all right then. We can continue tomorrow. I think we did a lot today. A lot of concepts for you to go and revise. But I am sure this will be exciting now. You will start understanding a lot of things now. Because grammar, once you start understanding, the shlokas, one component starts opening to you. Oh, it's like this. Now I understand. Okay, this is.
Do we get also some dictionary or something?
Dictionary? I have the dictionary with you, but best way to improve Sanskrit vocabulary, I will tell you, is by reading. You have to read Sanskrit. So read verses and take out the words which you don't remember, take them out and memorize. That's the best way. Dictionary is only for the usage of if you don't find a word, some difficult word, then it will be useful. So I'll give also. I'm going to give everything, all dictionaries and everything.
Do you also speak to other people in Sanskrit?
Yeah, we speak. Yeah, but I'm saying that only. Speaking is like very easy. Sanskrit bhashayam vaktum ativa sulabham. Kintu, vyakaranasya adhyayanam tu kathinam. Bhashayam vaktum ativa sulabham. कोपि प्रयासो नास्ति तत्र किंतु व्याकरणस्य अध्ययनम् अतीवं कठिनं बहवः संज्ञाः सन्ति अतएव कारणेन प्रथमं व्याकरणम् अध्ययनीयम्. So now see, I'm speaking like that. It's very easy and you will learn also speaking, but grammar is the thing. Even if you learn speaking, I was telling 10 days you will all start speaking in Sanskrit. We can do that. Just 10 days. So that is called Sambhashanam. So what I'll do is, this time we can learn some grammar and all, and next time we can have Sambhashanam. One Sambhashanam, just 7 days workshop. And you will start talking to each other with Sanskrit. It is that easy. I'm saying, really, I'm very serious. It's that easy. In 10 days, each one of us was talking Sanskrit. Like that. Because it's all, what? You don't have to worry only, no? Aham khadami. You don't have to worry. What is that khadami? I don't care. I know how to use it. That's it. But now we are learning how that khadami is coming. The one who knows to speak, he may not be able to tell how that khadami is coming. But you will tell, hey, wait, khadami has a dhatu called khad. And then it is taking a uttama purush ekvachanaz pratyaya, ting pratyaya, mip pratyaya. That's how khadami is becoming. You understand? So that he will not be able to tell like that. But speaking is that easy. So don't worry about speaking. As and when some basic speaking we will do also in between. But yeah, the grammar effort is a big one. Sambhashanam we will do sometime. Yeah, it will be helpful to memorize also. Like that. Like in Sambhashanam, they make you cram the sentences. So, aham pashyami, aham khadami, aham dhavami, aham khelayami, aham. So, you know all the words pertaining to aham. I speak, aham vadami. I see, aham pashyami. I play, aham khelayami. I speak, aham vadami. I go, aham gacchami. Got it? So those many, if you words remember, you can speak all the things that way. If we get too much bogged down by grammar concept, we'll do some Sambhashanam, okay? Will that be okay? Yeah, in between we'll do some Sambhashanam. Vayam api sarve Sanskrit bhashayam Sambhashanam kartum shaknumaha. Like that. We will also be able to talk in Sanskrit then a little bit in that manner, this way. Punah milama. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.